Hey guys, it's Darwin here with some big news about my upcoming Arizona Trail thru hike and documentary, plus talk about how I handle sponsorships. Alright, so we are about a month into 2019, and as I've been talking about over the last handful of months, this year is going to be a really big year for me. Now, 2018 was no small year with the Pinhoti Trail and the Pacific Crest Trail and the Blue Ridge Parkway. However, 2019, I'm going to be doing a lot of different projects here on the channel and with my media. Now, as I've talked about in the past, when I first started this channel, the main reason was to create more of a hiking community online that I could connect with. And over the past 3 years, it has definitely evolved into much more with the gear reviews and you guys watching my hikes and all the other media that I've created. In 2019, I really wanted to bring it back full circle and be more involved with the hiking community. So my plans for 2019 is to do a lot more collaborations with other hikers here on the channel, trail associations, and doing some projects with gear companies. Basically anything that helps make up this awesome little tight-knit hiking community that we're all involved with. Now, because I'm going to be working with so many different people and companies, I felt like it was finally time to touch on a topic that I've talked about here and there over the past couple years, and it's become kind of a controversial thing here on YouTube, and that is sponsorships. Now, because I use a lot of different gear and I do reviews, there's a big misconception and a thought that I am personally sponsored by a lot of these companies, whether it's Enlightened Equipment or Z-Packs or Waymark or Vargo or whoever. A lot of people think that I'm just getting paid by these companies to talk about gear and to use gear in the field. Now, before I go any further, let me say for the record, it's not really anybody's business, and I shouldn't have to explain myself to any of you guys. But I've always tried to be as transparent as I possibly can here on the channel and with my media, because pride is a big thing for me, and I always try to keep my integrity as much as I possibly can. So as I've said at the beginning of gear review videos, I've put disclaimers in the bottom description boxes. I have never been paid money to do a review. I have never traded product for a review, and I have never ever agreed to use a piece of gear that someone has given me. Now, have I received free gear in the past from companies? Yeah, but it's always on my own terms. Have I ever been paid or have I ever agreed to do a review? No. A lot of gear companies want to get their gear out to people that they know are going to use it in the field. And it's usually for one of two reasons. It's either because they have a big social media following, or because a company legitimately wants to get it in the hand of someone they know that's going to use it for R&D purposes. So then they can refine the piece of gear and figure out what's wrong with it. Now, there are some channels out there that take gear in trade for a review. And there's some channels where people are getting paid to say certain things about a product. And why don't I do that? Well, one of the reasons is because I don't want to align myself with one or two companies. I don't want to use all gear from one company because sometimes I like a company's backpack, but I don't necessarily like their tents, and I don't want to be forced to use something that I don't really like. I want to use what I want to use when I want to use it. I don't want to be under any certain agreement that I have to use somebody's gear or I have to say something about a certain product. And the number one reason that I don't accept gear and trade for a review or media, and that I don't accept money for using products, is because I want to remain in control. See, one of the greatest things about what I do is I am my own boss. Nobody's telling me what media to make, what videos to put out, and what photos to post. I get to make that decision. And if I don't want to do something, I just don't do it. So why am I bringing all of this up now over 3 years? Well, one, it's because, after a while you just get tired of reading the troll comments and people that are just misinformed. And two, it's because launching into this documentary, it being a bigger project, we have decided to bring on some partners and some sponsors for the film. I'm not just going to be making YouTube videos about the Arizona Trail. I'm going out to shoot a legitimate professional film. And because of that, it can be kind of expensive and it takes a lot of time. So bringing in help from companies will definitely make it a better product in the end. Plus, I wanted to involve as many people as possible. I wanted to work with another hiker on it. I wanted to work with a trail association on it. And I wanted to work with some of the gear companies that help make up that hiking community. I wanted it to be a community project. And as an end result, when it's done, I want to take it, I want to release it, and any money that is made off of the film, I want to give a massive chunk of it back to the Arizona Trail Association. So I said another hiker, and here's the big news that I've been, I guess, holding back for, well, really no other reason. Some people have guessed it either on my channel or over on his channel, but the other hiker that I will be working with on the film is Nemor from Nemor's World. Now, if you guys don't know Nemor, in 2017, I did a hike of the Grand Canyon with Nemor, and we've done a little bit of media together. Nemor and I have been friends for the past handful of years, and we've been looking for a project to do together. Well, when I thought of the Arizona Trail film, he was a perfect fit for that. I love hiking with the dude, and he's a phenomenal videographer. So we will be working together on this film. Now, our plan is on February 19th, we'll be headed up north to the Utah-Arizona border and doing a 2-week road trip, driving south all through Arizona, gathering as much pre-footage as we possibly can. Interviews with people that work at the association, shooting a bunch of B-roll and establishing shots. Basically, any type of footage that we can possibly get before we start our hike. Now, we're gonna head down south in the first week of March. We'll start our northbound through hike, not only hiking, but also filming as much as we can from the trail. Because I wanted the Arizona Trail Association to be a huge part of it, we have partnered with the association, and they are supporting the film by allowing us to dive into their archives, setting us up with interviews with certain people in the association, and pretty much helping out in any way that they possibly can. And because we're both huge gear geeks and we love a bunch of different gear companies, smaller cottage companies, we've decided to bring on Enlightened Equipment, Z-Packs, Waymark Gear, Palante, Greenbelly, and Trail Butter. All companies that were started by hikers and companies that still support the trail. So like I said, it's going to be a big community project to really make something great. Now, even though the film is sponsored by these companies, that does not mean that I am personally sponsored, but I will be making all of my normal trail media, whether it's gear reviews or a weekly trail video. So I wanted just to let you guys know that some of the gear that I'm going to be using, it's from sponsors for the film. However, those companies are not paying me to make YouTube videos, and they are not sponsoring me personally. Now, I didn't have to tell any of you guys that, but again, I try to be as transparent as possible and just want you guys to know what my plans are for 2019. Hopefully you guys will stick around for all my pre-media, all my post-media, and you'll be following along on my hike because I will still be doing a weekly trail video, kind of bringing you guys along behind the scenes of not only doing a thru hike, but also filming a thru hike and letting you guys be involved in the entire process. If you guys aren't subscribed to Nemor yet, go over and subscribe to his channel. I think he also plans on doing some pre-hike media, and I'm really jacked to be partnered with him, the Arizona Trail Association, and all these other companies to make something great and really put out a film that we're all proud of. And thanks again so much to you guys for all the support over the last handful of years. I cannot wait to show you what I have in store for this year. If you found any value in this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and as always guys, thanks for watching.